What's up, YouTube? This is Joe, the 50 something Dasher, in the third and probably the final part of this little series that I've been doing here on this deactivation themed series here on my channel, if you want to call it that. Uh, in this particular video, I kind of want to go over my, I guess if you want to call it my backup plan for in case something happens like with DoorDash. So up until like this was up until about April 24th, I was fine with just having DoorDash only and not having any other apps. I was meeting my goals and there was just everything was going great. No real cause for concern. I wasn't too worried. Then some various different things happened to start to make me pause for a second, a little bit cause for concern and kind of a rethinking here of, well, maybe I should try to get on some other apps, and because you never know what can happen. And I agree with a lot of the other gig tubers out there that most all of them say, you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. It's not very safe. That can be kind of dangerous. So for me personally, everything kind of started this past April 24th, where I went, I believe it was 9 hours logged into DoorDash and didn't receive a single offer until after the 9 hour mark. And I did a video series on that day, a 4-part series, blacklisted by DoorDash. I'll throw the links in the description. That led to on just like a couple, not even 2 weeks later, May 4th, I signed up for a few other apps and got on some waiting lists, and I'll throw the link to that video in the description. And then the next kind of thing that happened over that was seeing these other gig tubers get deactivated. So I seen a couple different examples of that. That got me kind of a little bit worried even more. And then like the third thing was just a couple weeks ago, this past June 12th, I did a video on where I was responding to an article that DoorDash put out, and I did a video, post a link to that as well in the description, where I was responding to an article where they talked about some changes that they had been making or whatever with regards to feedback from the DoorDash Community Council. And I did a video on that and was surprised to get a email back from a DoorDash representative. It wasn't anything bad or whatever, but it was just an email saying, "Hey, the was watched your video, and the article was actually it wasn't anything meant to be real current or specific. We're just kind of like talking in general terms, yada yada." And but regardless of the reason why that person was emailing me, that right there, that really gave me like cause to be concerned, because that was like very unexpected. I was not, I understand that if you post a video onto YouTube or any social media platform, even if you're just somebody that posts like one video, I understand that you're posting a video that's out there for the whole world to see, and you gotta understand that DoorDash or whoever you're talking about can see that, even if you just post one video. But I just kind of thought that until I got up to a certain level in terms of activity on this channel, subscriber count, that type of thing, unless I got up to be like one of the more noticeable, like big players in this space or whatever, I just didn't expect to be noticed or contacted about my channel at all. I mean, yeah, some YouTuber in this space that's got like 3,000 or 5,000 in the tens of thousands of subscribers, something like that. Yeah, I get it. But this channel only having 300, it was just a little bit surprising to me and kind of, to be honest, a little bit concerning that even that a DoorDash representative would take the time to respond to something that I said, being such a small channel. So that got me like maybe the most worried out of any of these three things. So like I said, I signed up for the other apps. I'm still on the waiting list for those. I want to go back and kind of re-emphasize a point that I made in yesterday's video, but again, I just kind of wanted to emphasize this again, but it just really gets me, some of the other gig tubers and even more so the commenters, the people commenting on videos. And it just gets me how like everybody acts like that everybody has 5 to 10 to 15 different gig working apps on their phone. And I'm just really kind of like at a loss as to how that's possible, or why I'm having so much problems getting on to anything. I like I said, when I recorded yesterday's video, like I said yesterday, I only had two things. I just DoorDash and Uber Eats, which I really don't count because now I know I haven't given it a whole lot of chance. I haven't been logged into it for like whole entire days or anything like that. I've just logged in for, sporadically here and there. I logged into it today, for example. I was logged into it for about, it was probably about 15, 20 minutes while I was waiting for a DoorDash order. And again, it keeps being the exact same thing on there. The alert goes off. I look at my phone and it'll be like $5 for 6 or 7 miles, or $7 for 8 miles. It's just very like, just nothing worthwhile, worth taking. The other two apps I mentioned signing up for in that May 4th video, which was Amazon Flex and Instacart. No changes with either of those. So I've still just been on the waiting list. Every few days or every so often or whatever, I'll still open both of those apps just to like, I don't know if they can tell if I'm opening it or not. I don't really know, but I just open it and see that waiting list message, and then I close it down again. Again, I don't know if these apps, if their systems can see that you open it or not, but that if by chance maybe they can see that I'm still checking it periodically. I don't know. So no change with those. And also one other thing I'll mention is, before starting this video, I wanted to go back to, this was back on January 18th. I posted a video. I'll post a link to that as well in the description. I posted a video at that time titled "Why I'm Not a Multi-Apper." And I want to kind of to look at the reasons that I went over in that video to see what has changed between that video if there's anything to respond to. And I kind of already went over my biggest reason in that video was that I was meeting all my needs with DoorDash only. So I kind of already explained that. The second reason out of the three was that I didn't want to mess with multiple different sources of income when I go to do my yearly taxes. That's really that's no big deal. And the third reason was I talked about how old of a person I am, and I don't need to be multi-apping to stay constantly busy throughout a shift. That I kind of need my breaks when DoorDash is slow. Well, that's okay, but that's not. I'm now getting into other apps for kind of like different reasons. So that reason in that January video doesn't kind of really apply to what I'm doing right now. Okay, now moving on to the latest from today, okay, June 26, 2024. Had I recorded this video yesterday, which I almost did, then I was going to say in that video that my backup plan in case anything happened to DoorDash was this right here. There was my backup plan. None, because like I said, I don't count Uber Eats. But wait a minute here, folks. Hold on just a second. Could it be? We might have something here. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Look at this. Update, brand new update. I can't believe I'm still like in shock here. I think I may have actually like gotten onto an app. Unbelievable. Like I said, everybody else on YouTube, both content creators and viewers, I have no idea how you all have able to get on 5, 6, 7, 20 different apps at a time. I haven't been able to in these last 2 months. It's just unavailable in your area, waiting list, this or that. I can't get on. And so anyway, yeah, I think might be on one now. So, and that is Deliver That. So it's a catering app. I'm sure you've probably seen a couple other gig tubers talk about this app. I went to the website to sign up yesterday. It's kind of like late yesterday afternoon. I got on there. There's like, I want to say it's like 6 stages to the sign up process. I got through the first couple, 2 or 3 stages. And then, which was a lot of it was basically providing my name, email address, that kind of thing. And then I get to a step where in order to proceed, you have to take pictures of they require 2 catering bags, and which I have, but they can't be, it either has to be their bags or it has to be catering bags that don't have another company's like logo on it or whatever. So they wouldn't accept my DoorDash catering. And that's got my DoorDash catering bag. It has like DoorDash plastered all over the bag. I think might even be on multiple different sides of the bag, if I'm not mistaken. But so to kind of speed up the process, I was okay with getting their bags. And they had like a beginner package that included 2 of their bags and the cost of doing like the background check, which you didn't have to pay for that. If you already had results of a recent background check, you could use that, which I didn't have. But I was just, to make things simple and easy, I was just okay with paying for their package. If I was to get on to Amazon or some eBay or something and order a couple catering bags, well, then I'd have to wait like 3 or 4 days or whatever for those to arrive and then take my picture. And so I basically just went with the deliver that package to kind of speed things up. But I didn't do this yesterday because I got to thinking, well, wait a minute here. What happens if I spend this money on these bags and then I get the bags or whatever and then finish up this sign up process and there's no work available here in my market, if there's already enough drivers or I don't get any work, well, then I just spent this money for nothing. So I was trying to find out if that money was refundable, and basically I didn't get an answer yesterday. Well, late last night, I was having trouble sleeping, and kind of like in the middle of the night, I got to thinking, well, wait a minute here. If I think, because when I got on the website and there was a list of markets to choose from, and I chose Grove City, Ohio, and there was also like Columbus and a couple other area, markets here locally to choose from. And I got to thinking early in the morning this morning, if it allowed me to choose a certain market and go 2, 3 steps into that process, I would think that that means that there's openings. Like if it was they were full of drivers and no openings, then I shouldn't be able to go through with that process, should I just get some message, there's no openings in your area. So then I thought, well, maybe I can go ahead and feel comfortable going ahead and buying their package. So I did. It was an all total was shipping and the taxes and everything. It was $44, which I guess that's not too bad for 2 catering bags and their little background check thing. I finished then after you purchase the bags, then I got a code which I was able to continue on in the little onboarding process to the next step. I finished all like 6 steps and the background check came back okay. And so it just was waiting like a final approval from somebody. And so which said should just take 1 or 2 days. So probably hear something back by tomorrow, I would imagine. And then whenever those bags come, and then I should be set up on that. Now, the other kind of confusing little thing here that I'll mention is with regards to a dress code. And I'm pretty sure they talked about, there's a couple of videos you had to watch as well and take a couple little quizzes. And I'm pretty sure they talked about the dress code, if I remember right, in the videos. There's also on their website, and all you have to do is an internet search, deliver that dress code, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll pop right up. They got this diagram with this cartoon man and a woman, and with arrows pointing to each part of the body, and talk about the different, dress code. And there's 3 spots. Where's it at here? There's 3 spots where I won't show the screenshots or anything, where they use the word prohibited. So for your head, like they say you can wear a deliver that hat if you want to, but any other kind of hat is prohibited. They specifically use that word. And then they use it again as far as pants go. They say the dress slacks or khaki pants are suitable, free of holes, stains, yada yada. Sweatpants and shorts are prohibited. And then for shoes, sandals, boots, or anything that may cause injury are prohibited. Sounds like a dress code to me. which I don't, to be honest, I don't have much of a problem with. I really don't, because as you already see, I already wear a uniform of sorts for DoorDash when I don't have to. So I don't, I'm not the type of person that would have much of a problem with this. But when I signed the, one of the last steps obviously was signing the independent contract. It's titled Independent Contractor and Technology Services Agreement, so the TOS. So I kind of read through that and signed that. And it's kind of funny here that in section 2.2, the last two sentences of this TOS, while contractor is not required to wear a company branded uniform, contractor is encouraged to dress in a professional manner when performing services. For safety reasons, contractor is expected to wear closed-toed shoes when performing services. So the words encouraged and expected, very different words than prohibited. And I don't see, the only time I see the word required here in those two sentences is where it says that you're not required to wear the company branded uniform. So, we'll see. Before I worry too much about what kind of clothes I'm going to be, I have no problems wearing the they kind of want you to wear like a polo shirt with collar. I have no problems wearing. I'll wear a collared shirt instead of like a t-shirt that I normally use for DoorDash. That's no problem. Long pants, business casual wear, that's no problem at all for me, except we recently had like a 10-day 90 plus degrees every day heat wave, most parts of the country. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm wearing in those situations, I'm wearing my khaki shorts that I wear right now for DoorDash. I'm not wearing long dress pants and 95-degree weather manhandling catering orders. No thanks. So yeah, anyway, that's that's set up. I know just kind of like in general how it works a little bit. They explain in the videos. The one thing I'm a little bit unclear about, and they didn't really explain too well, is, well, it appears that all of these routes are kind of like you accept orders in advance. But I don't know if all of these are like the day before, or, a couple, 2, 3 days before, or in some cases hours before. I don't really know. Like, and, so for today is Wednesday, for example. So for the opportunities for tomorrow, when am I going to see opportunities for a Thursday? Is that going to be like Thursday morning? Is that going to be the night before, 2 or 3 days before? And how much am I going to have to have this app turned on to see opportunities? I guess I'll have to wait and see. I don't know how all of this stuff works. As far as other apps, other opportunities go, I wanted to touch on that a little bit too. I probably should have kept a list, but unfortunately I didn't, of various other different gig work apps that I checked into, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. There's been 4 or 5 or 6 other ones that I didn't mention, and what happened in some of those cases was like either one of two things. Either it was an app that like I learned about by watching YouTube videos or whatever, and then I go to research it and download it, and then find out that it's not available in my area. So I ran into that a few times. I also ran into this one app, and I wish I could remember what it was. I can't remember offhand. But I went to sign up for one particular app, and it redirected me to the login for Uber, which I already have. So it's whatever this app was like a sister app or whatever of Uber. I don't know. So now you got like your gig apps, and then your secondary, like, does DoorDash have other apps like under the DoorDash umbrella? I know it's getting complicated here, folks. So it's basically just the food delivery, the shopping. I haven't done very much research on other types of. I know there's some for picking up and delivering medical supplies or prescriptions or things like that. That's that to me, that's kind of tricky, because when you try to find something like that, you have to, when you get on the app store or the internet and you're trying to specifically look for apps like that, you also have to sift through a lot of BS. And that's the problem I run into also. Like, just take, for example, if I want a work from home job, just for example, just any kind of work from home job, and you type that in on an internet search. Well, you're going to get like 50 million different results for work from home jobs, and 50 million. And out of all those results, like 49,999,000 of the results is all going to be like spam, junk, advertisement, scammer type stuff. And it's just like it's too hard to find something that's like legitimate. um and then there's also like the temporary work type of apps. Right now I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. I go back several years with that type of app. The one that I got on, now this, like I said, this was years ago. It was called Upshift. And I got onto that, and that was supposed to be like this revolutionary thing where you could sign up just for individual shifts. It was kind of like temporary work. And they started in Cincinnati, and here in Columbus was going to be like the second city that they rolled out to. And I was going to be like one of the very first people that signed up for Columbus. I signed up for it and met with the people in some office somewhere and got onboarded before it ever came here. So it came here, and it started off with just only a couple different places. And then as it like progressed and more jobs became available, well, then what you could sign up for was, instead of like individual shifts, it would be like Monday through Friday blocks. And I was like, wait a minute here. This isn't what I signed up for. It's supposed to be like individual daily shifts. And now all of a sudden you're turning into week-long blocks. Well, that's like regular old traditional temp service work here. Now there's I believe it's Indeed Flex. I signed up for that. That's been a while ago. I think I signed up for that before I even did DoorDash, but nothing became of that. I never did any jobs for that. And now there's a few of those. But I'm not really interested in those. There's stuff like the dog walking, and I've seen like you can do people's laundry and some of these other things. I don't know. Could there be something among all these different jobs that I could maybe? I don't know. I just have, and then I also seen one as far as luggage. I forget what it was called, but when people lose luggage in an airport, there's this app where I could get offers to go to an airport, pick up some luggage, and drive it to a customer, like at a hotel or whatever. There's different stuff like that. But it's just, it's for me, it's like it's mentally exhausting trying to search through different stuff like that because of all the the scam crap and junk and trying to sift through all the junk to find something legitimate. It's time consuming and kind of stressful and aggravating, at least for me anyway. I was going to say something else about yet another type of work. Ride share. Not interested. I've kind of thought about it, not just like Uber, rideshare, or Lyft, or there's those. But I also saw an advertisement I thought about one time is like some kind of like medical transport type of service. I've thought about those different type of ride sharing opportunities, but just not interested. Because I have so much food delivery driving equipment in my car. I right now just with DoorDash, I have. I just ordered a second delivery bag. I'm still waiting on that to deliver. When that comes, I'll have two of those delivery bags, and then I'll have a standard hot bag and my drink carrier bag. So those four bags will be in my between my front and back seats. Then in the trunk, two catering bags and three pizza bags. So I almost feel like I'd have to, that's a lot of stuff to have to take out of my car to and put back into my car, transitioning back and forth between food delivery and rideshare. And now I'm getting these two deliver that catering bags. So there's going to be two more bags in my car. So, but I will keep my eyes open, look for other opportunities, we'll see. Again, just to kind of reiterate from yesterday's video, hopefully, and I'm kind of hoping the beginning of August is when I'm hoping that I'm kind of going to be out of this like danger zone here, and have one of the deductions come off of my W-2 paychecks, and I'll be able to breathe a little bit easier at that time. But anyway, so I'll close this video down, looking really forward to the next couple days here when I get started with Deliver That. I don't know if probably more than likely, I know a lot of gig tubers post their first order on a new platform and they make a video about that. It's kind of doubtful that I'll do something like that. I don't know. I may not deliver that content at all. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm still kind of deciding for the next month, 6 weeks from now, what kind of content I want to put out on this channel. We'll kind of go from there. I may take a break here for a few days is what I'm kind of leaning towards. I may not post a video tomorrow. And then, of course, I work my W-2 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So this probably be a good time to take a break from this channel for about 5 days. while I work my W-2, kind of brainstorm, see how I want to proceed with this channel for the next month or so, and kind of go from there. Might just post a here probably next week. Might post a quick update on what all happened with deliver that, and if I got set up okay, if I got offers, and kind of my overall, like, I won't do like a ride along on my first order, but I will do some kind of maybe a video about my initial experience with it. And, we'll see. I'm optimistic about it. I was telling my wife, with like catering, usually lunchtime is the busiest time for that app, and so I got to thinking, well, maybe we'll see what happens, but maybe I can continue to do DoorDash early morning like I usually do. Like, I could do DoorDash around that 6 a.m. to 9:30 range, and then deliver that in the lunch couple hours at lunchtime, and we'll see if we'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of orders I get with it, if and just kind of see. And but it'll be nice if that if I'm able to get on, if there's a need for it in this area, hopefully this area isn't too oversaturated with drivers, and I get some offers with it. And yeah, looking forward to it. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks again so much for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.